Typing 2026 on stuff. That happens every year. But for me now, I'm like, it's not feeling like January.
No, it's funny because you mentioned that because the other day I did a post and I put January 4th, 2025. I'm like, oops. It takes probably till about March or April.
Yeah, give it a couple weeks.
But exactly. And as you mentioned, though, the weather today does not feel like January. Kind of a mild day out there, a mini spring almost with those temperatures. Very nice out there. So, hey, it's going to change a little bit, though, as we get into tomorrow. But how about this beautiful sunset out there tonight? Mostly sunny for most of us today. We start off with some clouds, but very nice day overall. Very mild temperatures again. Highs were anywhere from about 40 to 50 degrees as you went to the south and to the west. And you can see radar satellite, really nothing to see this evening. We've had some scattered clouds here and there, but overall just a gorgeous day. Still hanging out at 38 degrees here in Mankato. A little bit of a light wind out of the south, just at 7 miles an hour, but that wind out of the south allowed for those warmer temperatures that we had today. Some of us got close to some record high temperatures. Still hanging out mid to upper 30s to the east, 36 for Waseca, 36 for Owatonna. Still into the 40s though. To the west, 42 for Worthington, 42 degrees for Marshall. We'll drop to around 30 degrees as we go through the night. But the bigger story is going to be tomorrow's system. Now, as we go through tonight, to the north, we'll have some more cloud coverage. There will be some fog through central Minnesota. Could be some areas of patchy fog in spots, but we're not going to have anything widespread like we've had the past couple of days. Now, as we go into tomorrow afternoon, 3, 4 o'clock, we're going to have some widespread rain move in. The heaviest basically going to be from Mankato to the south. You see those yellow and oranges. Some heavy rain at times as that rain moves in. Going to be a cold rain as temperatures kind of hang out into the mid-30s. Then as we get towards 7, 8 o'clock, we're going to transition to kind of a mix of freezing rain, kind of a little bit of sleet at times as well, and then some snow that could be heavy at times, basically from a line from Waseca down to Fairmont and then into our northern Iowa counties. Could be a burst of some heavy snow, maybe an inch or two possible into those areas. Going to be a sharp cutoff, then everything kind of moves east as we get towards midnight tomorrow night. Overall, this system basically from a line down from Mankato to Windham and then to the east, we're looking at about a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of precipitation. A lot of this going to be in terms of rain, but here in the blue shaded areas from Waseca into Albert Lea, near Fairmont, and then into Kossuth County, that's where we're looking. We could see maybe an inch or two as you go into Mankato, Windham, possibly 1/2 inch of snow. Regardless, it's going to be kind of a messy mix as we go through tomorrow. As the rain comes in, we're kind of hanging out low to mid-30s, but as you get towards 8, 9 o'clock, that's when we're going to get close to that freezing mark. We'll start to transition to that mix, all snow. And the other story, as you get past midnight, we are going to drop below freezing, so that's going to lead to some slick conditions, icy roads with all the rain and that mix of snow as we go into tomorrow night. So get a little bit slick tomorrow night into Friday morning. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, hanging around 30 degrees. Tomorrow, start off dry, but we'll get that rain and then snow eventually to mix in as we get into the afternoon and evening. Another chance of snow Saturday, but that's looking more like it's going to be mostly to the east. And overall, not a bad 10-day forecast. A couple chances of rain and snow here and there, but still some mild temperatures, especially as we get back into Monday, back to 40.
Right, and then we got to watch for those slick spots in the meantime.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the biggest concern tomorrow. Get a little bit icy with the rain we'll have and then snow mixing in.
All righty. Thank you, Daniel. We'll be right back.